Hi, and welcome back to our AACPS Science Office Curriculum Hotspot videos. We'll be going over the NGS's performance expectations that are embedded in our biology curriculum. This video covers HSLS 3.3, which focuses on variation and distribution of traits. Let's review the standard together. For HSLS 3.3, students who demonstrate understanding can apply concepts of statistics and probability to explain the variation and distribution of expressed traits in a population. There's a clarification statement for this standard. Emphasis is on the use of mathematics to describe the probability of traits as it relates to genetic and environmental factors in the expression of traits. There's also an assessment boundary for this standard. The assessment does not include the Hardy-Weinberg calculations. So what do students need to know for this standard? Students need to be able to organize data by frequency, distribution, and variation of expressed traits in populations. They should use statistical analyses of data, including probability measures, to determine a trait's occurrence within a population and environmental factors. Students should then be able to recognize and use patterns in the statistical analysis to predict changes in trait distribution within a population if environmental variables change. So what do students not need to know? So again, let's look at that assessment boundary in the standard. The assessment does not include Hardy-Weinberg calculations. So in the standard, students should not be taught in-depth statistical analysis and formulas linked to the variation and distribution of traits in a population. For instance, the Hardy-Weinberg calculation, in which students will utilize homozygous and heterozygous frequencies to make predictions on expressed traits in populations. Let's compare the standard to the vertical alignment standard from the middle school curriculum. In middle school, students were able to construct a scientific explanation based on evidence for how environmental and genetic factors influence the growth of organisms. So in middle school, students were able to develop an understanding about how different abiotic and biotic factors in the environment affected growth of organisms. Now in high school, they'll be able to use that knowledge in order to further develop their understanding of now how variation and distribution of expressed traits in a population are also affected by environmental factors as it relates to genetics. Let's look at some of the resources that are available to you in our curriculum to help support your students in meeting the standard. The first is the Bozeman Science video, Genotype Expression. This video explains the role of genes and the environment in determining an organism's phenotype and genotype. Have students use the video as a foundation to cite examples of the environment influencing the expression of a gene as a means to complete a journal write. Another resource available to you is the Karyotyping Diagnostic Lab. In this online lab, students will explore karyotypes and how they are used to diagnose genetic conditions. In this activity, they will use a computer model to look at chromosomes and prepare a karyotype. They will diagnose patients for abnormalities and learn the correct notation for characterizing karyotypes. Lastly, there is an assessment available in Performance Matters that covers this standard. LSAT HSLS 3.3, Exit Ticket, and Performance Matters. This assessment has 4 different questions. For the first 3 questions, which are multiple choice and technology-enhanced items, students will look at various tabs and resources, including graphs, charts, images, etc., in order to answer a series of questions linked to HSLS 3.3. The last question is a CER, in which students will have to explain how environmental factors contribute to a trait's occurrence within a population. They'll need to use evidence to support their explanation. Thank you for watching this Curriculum Hotspot video. Again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact the AACPS Science Office. And we look forward to you participating in more of our AACPS Science Curriculum Hotspot videos that are embedded throughout our biology curriculum. Thank you.